Hi everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be having a look at a cheap way of doing a sim racing box. Normally I'm on console, but often I'll try Race Room on my old PC. I found this sim box on AliExpress. It wasn't terribly expensive. It's not really a sim box. It's called a Keypad. As you know, it comes with a pretty good instruction manual, and you need to download a piece of software from the QR code which allows you to set up this virtual keyboard. This is quite useful because some of the buttons won't automatically bind with your racing app, and it's best to set them up via the keypad and then use that to bind onto your racing sim using your normal keyboard, if that makes sense. So it's got quite a few features, and you can adjust the different buttons to do different things, and the rotary knobs, which is what I was really after, which also have a press button switch in the middle of them. So you're able to set each of these as you see fit. You can change the color of the LEDs, etc. And this makes life pretty easy to bind the keyboard to Race Room in my case, but probably any other PC-based sim where a USB can be used. Okay, so let's have a look at the bindings that I've got set up. I'm running through here and binding various keys to the keypad via my remote keyboard off the PC. As I said, you can use some of the buttons directly to bind into Race Room, but not all of them are recognized directly, so it's much easier to set it up using your keyboard. And this is what I've ended up with. You can see I've got brake bias, force feedback, ABS and traction control on the knobs, and I also, the press button in the middle of those allows me to reset those to a nominal number that I choose. So let's go out and track. Here we are at Bathurst. We'll just pull over on the side of Mountain Straight, and you'll see as I start to change the knobs in the top left hand corner or mid left hand of the screen, you can see the various components changing as I adjust them on the screen. Most of the buttons I have set to use for pit rather than trying to map those onto my wheel. Much easier to know where they are than remember the buttons on my wheel. And you can see here I can adjust, in this case on the radical, the tires. Here I'm turning on and off the force feedback screen. So I printed a 3D mount to go onto my aluminium rig, and I'm using a bracket that came with, I think, with a light. And here it is running with, set it to blue lights on the back, just for an effect. I haven't tried to map those colors of those lights to any particular feature, and it works really well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on track.